Hi, I'm Shane from the Good Noise Podcast. I'm here with...
Hello, I am Chris from the band Highwind.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask him some questions today. And so the thing that we like to do on the podcast is we like to get a question from the artist that we interviewed before.
Okay.
So this question comes from the last artist we interviewed, Young Titty. Listen.
Love that.
So who's your favorite artist or band in the moment and why?
My favorite band ever is As It Is, hands down. They have been an inspiration to my music since I started listening to them. They're the band that encouraged me to start singing. I've been following them since this record came out, This Mind of Mine. Yeah, they've just been a big influence to my sound. If we're talking like who I've really been digging recently, I've been listening to a lot of Heart Attack Man. I went back and I've been listening to a lot of Queens of the Stone Age, and I've been listening to a lot of Refused. So those have been like my top 3 recently. But like As It Is are band number 1. They are up there.
Yeah. You were shocked when I told you I listened to Refused.
Oh yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way.
No, seriously. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I found them, New Noise. Mm-hmm. I found that song.
I can't believe that. That's awesome.
And I was hooked on that album, and then War Music or whatever. I want to. But
I saw them open for Deftones, and it was so cool. Much fun.
I'm going to Super Whatever instead of going to see them in Brooklyn.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, understandable. But so what made you want to start Highwind?
I'll be honest with you, it just kind of happened. I had just left my old band. I went to hang out with CJ Rorella, the guy that produced the Have You Been EP. We were just hanging out one day, and I was like, hey, listen, I'd like to record a demo. I have this song. I've had it in my back pocket forever. I'd like to record a demo, and let's just go for it and see what happens. Yeah. Lo and behold, we finished that demo session. We're like, you know what? No, we just have to record an EP. Let's record an EP. Let's do it. Let's put it out, and let's see what happens. And Highwind just kind of happened from there. I didn't want to stop making music. While I had been doing like some fill-in work here and there, I was like, I want to make my music. I want to go play shows with my music. If my friends can have fun playing music, so can I. I deserve to. Yeah. So I started writing the EP. Dan came along several months later when the EP was basically done, and Highwind happened. Yeah,
I remember that like weird lull period where you were just like,
I wasn't doing anything.
I'm playing shows for like this band and this band, and like I'm playing. Yeah.
I was filling in for Idlewave and Life Itself at the time. Yeah. Those were like the 2 big ones. Yeah. I was probably doing a little bit of work here and there with other bands. I don't really remember, but those are like the big 2 at the time.
I remember that. I would go on Facebook. I'd be like, he's playing
a melodic hardcore band was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Good times.
So your EP, how have you been? Is a year old now. How do you feel about the reaction to that like a year later?
It's weird. I'm not gonna lie. Going back a year ago, I didn't think people would be listening to it the way they do now.
You've got some hardcore fans that I've seen on Twitter,
which is so cool.
And it's awesome. Like Australia, like I see that. That's crazy.
There's a few people from Australia that listen to our stuff. There's a few people from the UK that listen to our stuff. Like it's so cool. Like I didn't think that. Between Have You Been in 2023, like we've gotten such like a cool little following, and it makes me so happy because they're so dedicated to what we do, and they're so supportive of what we do, and I could not be more thankful to have people that support us the way we do. So going back from, like I said, just going from what was one little demo session to what it is now is unreal. Like I did not expect it and could not be more thankful. And who knows what could happen from here on out.
So I noticed that you've had a streak of including your friends and fans in your music videos. Do you plan on continuing this throughout your career?
Depends on the video. It depends on the video. Like, the one we talked about doing next, like we were throwing around just some ideas. I don't think it's going to be included, but then again, anything can change. Yeah. Like, we haven't even gone and recorded new singles yet, new material yet. So I don't know. I like the idea of it. I like including fans and friends and supporters and all that in what we do. So who knows? I would like to, depending on if it fits the occasion. Yeah. But who knows? We'll see.
So speaking of that, of including friends and family and whatnot in your music video, do you want to tell me that music video you just shot? This isn't going to be uploaded for a while, so.
Oh, I don't care. So we just shot a music video for Afterlife Acoustic. Okay. What's today? January 27th?
So it was yesterday that you shot.
It doesn't have an official release date yet, if I'm being quite honest with you. But it's a thing. It's going to happen. I'm very excited about it. Because we haven't done something acoustic yet. We haven't done something chill yet. Yeah. So
It's not out yet, right? Like the acoustic version, it's just
no, not out yet.
the music video?
Some people know it exists.
Yeah.
But it's not out yet. We'll figure out a date for it eventually. But it's in the works. Song's mastered. Song's good to go. Video is being edited literally as we speak. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
All right.
We'll have a release date for it sooner rather than later.
Very cool. So any upcoming projects in the works that you would like to share?
We're recording new music. We just booked a couple studio dates with our buddy Pete Zen. He's the guy who mixed 2023. He's the guy who produced 2023. We're going to the studio for a couple dates in February, and depending on how much we get done in those 2 days, we might do a third day. We'll see what happens. Nothing more than a couple songs right now, just because, money's a thing. But our buddy Dan McCool from Pollyanna is going to hop back on drums for those singles like he did with 2023. And we're writing. We're booking shows. Just we're taking it as it comes.
Very cool.
Definitely a little more chill than last year was, but still pushing forward nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were grinding like most of
Oh,
last
you have
year.
no idea, dude. It was show after show after show after show after show.
And I missed every single one of them.
I don't care.
Because you texted me, you're like, go to the Voltage Lounge. I'm like,
Dude,
listen,
Home Safe was so much fun, though.
I wanted to go to that
Although,
so bad.
that was a show, because my voice gave out during the last song because I was running on like 3 hours of sleep. I had been up since like 3 a.m. I worked my 4:30 to 1. I drove straight to Voltage Lounge. Hadn't really eaten anything. Played a set. I was done, and my voice just like. It was so bad. It was so bad. Everything else was awesome. But that show was still a lot of fun, regardless of what happened to my voice.
Yeah.
And even Dan took over the last part, which was awesome.
That's
but
awesome.
excuse me. I'm trying to not be super loud and obnoxious. But yeah, it was still an awesome show nonetheless.
Right.
Home Safe was fun. That was a cool show. Young Culture were sick. Good day. Very good day.
Well, you and I will be seeing Young Culture.
February 7th, baby.
February 7th.
Let's go.
I mean, I still got to listen to them, but we'll get around to that.
Listen to them. I saw Young Culture play a bowling alley with Losing Streak several years ago. My uncle came to visit me from California. I was like, hey, come to this local show I have no one to go with. I think you'll appreciate it. And we watched Young Culture and Losing Streak play for like maybe 20 people at a bowling alley. It was awesome.
Speaking of bowling alleys, the Wonder Years, are you going to that or no? I think that show just sold out, but I thought I would ask.
I've seen the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
They're fun. So whoever's going, enjoy it.
I will be there.
Enjoy it. Wonder Years are fun.
Yeah.
Their crowd is fun.
Yeah, that should be something else. I mean, the bowling alley's never had an interesting crowd, though, over there at Asbury Lanes.
I saw Real Friends, Boston Manor, Grayscale, and Eat Your Heart Out at Asbury Lanes. And that was a stupid fun show.
Because, like, I saw Frank there, and that was a decent crowd, but, like, it could have been much crazier.
Oh, no, I caused some chaos.
And then,
I caused some chaos.
And then I also saw Andy Black there, but his crowd was just
that's
a bunch
pop
of
crowd, though.
yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get
his
any
crowd was
crowd
just like a bunch of 16-year-olds with their phone up the entire night. So it was definitely a weird first show.
But it's also a pop show,
Yeah. So I'm hoping that crowd's a little bit more interesting. So back to the questions.
Lay it on me.
What song are you most excited to release in the future?
I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going that deep into it. No way. I'm keeping that one a secret. Y'all can know we're recording new material because eventually we got to put out more stuff. But y'all ain't going to know what songs we're recording. No way.
You should definitely tell me after.
We'll see about that.
All right. I'll harass you after.
Y'all can know about Afterlife Acoustic because the song exists. Y'all can't know about anything else.
Oh, that's too bad. It was worth a shot.
Sorry.
Worth a shot. God damn it.
No.
So, any shows in the works besides that one in February that I literally just bought tickets to go to?
Yes, we're playing some March shows. That's about it right now.
All right.
We're going to do like a little 3-day stretch. We're trying to just hit the tri-state area, either hop on some shows or book some shows with some friends, just to get back into the habit of touring and get back into the habit of being on the road.
Are you guys going to do something a little bit bigger for the summer, or is that?
We talked about it. I don't know if it'll happen. All depends on if we can afford it, really. Because being in a band as small as we are, doing DIY, like, it's hard to afford like a week-long stretch, week and a half long stretch when it's just the two people in a band trying to afford it all.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we can afford. If not, we'll just keep doing weekend runs and we'll call it a day. Keep heading in different directions, maybe extend it a day or two.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, I mean, you already did touch on this, but it's a question, so I have to ask it.
Shoot.
What artists or bands would you say are your biggest influence?
I can expand on this.
What music inspires you to continue what you're doing?
Like I said, As It Is are huge for me. They always have been, always will be. There's a band called Cauterized that broke up years ago. They wrote my favorite record of all time called So Far From Real, and that's always been a huge inspiration for like the more punk rock side of what I do. Okay. I've been listening to a lot of indie pop recently, like Floor, the 1975. I listen to a lot of Now Now. So a lot of that kind of stuff has been influencing the more poppy aspects of the new stuff we're writing. The Dangerous Summer's always been a really big influence to me. Selfish Things are a really big influence to me because I just love the raw emotion, the honesty you get from Alex's lyrics.
Yeah. Even on social media, they're like,
oh, absolutely, 100%.
Down to earth and seem
absolutely.
Like awesome people.
The list goes on forever. There's so many bands that influence what I do, but those are a lot of the big ones.
Yep. All right, cool. So, what other local bands, like in the Jersey scene or Philly or wherever you play, do you love doing shows with?
There's so many. I love Idle Wave with a burning passion. The guys like family to me. Wave Break, we're super tight with them. They're super cool. American Stereo, they just did their name change, and I'm so proud of them and how far they're coming. I love them very much so. We have friends in a band called Median that we've been trying to play shows with. I just saw their bassist Helen the other day, and we keep talking about wanting to do shows together. We have our friends in a band called Moment to Capitalize that we love playing with. They're the boys, bringing Easy Core back. We haven't played a show with them yet, but me and Billy from a band called Amora keep trying to get some shows together. There's so many bands in this scene. With Sales Ahead are phenomenal. I love playing shows with them. They're the greatest. There's so many bands in the Jersey scene. There's so many bands from Philly. Even like there's some Massachusetts band I want to keep playing with. There's a couple bands that I want to play with from Albany that I would love to get back in touch with. Like when we toured with Promiser, that was so much fun. When we toured with Shallow Pools, that was a blast. Our buddies in Cloverdale from like super South Jersey, I want to gig with them again because they're great. The list just goes on and on and on. There's so much talent between, Philly, Jersey, New York. There's so much talent up in Massachusetts. Like, there's so many bands I love gigging with.
Yeah,
so it's friend fest, it's family fest, you know?
We live in like a very cool area for like the music scene. I'd have to say we have one of the better ones, but that might just be me.
Jersey's been good to me over the past several years. It's been good to me.
Yeah. So how long have you been playing music? Like
I got my first guitar when I was 12 years old. I started taking lessons a few months after that. And I've just been playing since. Like I've been playing for the past 11 years now. I've been playing in bands since I was like, I want to say like 15, 16 was when I first started playing in like trying to get bands together. And I played my first actual band when I was like 17, 18.
Is that My Lonely Heart?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was that teen angst of pop punk.
Yeah. That was
and I've just been playing in bands ever since. So yeah, I guess the past 11 years. And I've picked up piano, I've picked up bass, I've picked up drums here and there. Obviously, I started singing as time went on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just over the past 11 years now, and I've just been playing more and more and more and more and more. Different genres, different instruments, different whatever I wanted to play, whatever I needed to play. Yeah. There was even a point when I was trying to pick up jazz just to play it, just to get the technique down so I could be like, hey, I can do this.
Yeah, just to have something in your repertoire. Now for the silly questions. You have to have some of those.
All right, bring it.
If you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
Oh, God.
This is a question we ask everyone.
My last meal if I'm on death row?
Yeah.
Honestly, probably good dish of ravioli with some vodka sauce. Call it a day.
Awesome.
Yeah, nothing more. Have a bottle of Stewart's cream soda. Call it a day.
All right. And the question we're going to end this off with, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color? Oh, my favorite color is white. If not black, if not red. Those are like the top three. Like if it doesn't show in my clothing, like those are easily my three favorite colors, hands down. It's why I have a white guitar. It's why the pick guard on my new guitar is white. It's why a lot of my clothing is white. It's why a lot of my jeans are black. It's why my car is white. Why a lot of my shoes are black. Why I wear mostly black. Like,
I was going to call you an edgelord, but I literally can't talk.
Listen, I don't care, man. I don't care.
Call me zero room to talk.
I played through all of the Shadow the Hedgehog, Owl the Edge. I don't care, man. Edgy protagonists or antagonists or anti-heroes for the win. Let's go. I don't care.
All right. Well, I'd have to say this was pretty fun. It was a pleasure to sit down with you, Chris.
Pleasure to sit down with you as well, my friend.
Nice to finally get this set
I know.
up.
I'm sorry it took forever. I had so much going on, but I'm happy we were able to make this work.
So this is Chris from Highwind.
I play in Highwind. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
And I'm Shane from the Good Noise Podcast, and this was the Highwind Interview.
Catch y'all later.